So, after a month-long hiatus and a lot of art fight attacks, I have returned. For once. For now. And I have lore. I have OC lore to talk about. Because, why not? What's the point of having OCs if you're not going to give them lore? I say, even though I have like 100 that I haven't given any sort of backstory to, but that's besides the point, okay? So, what I am currently drawing in the background are two of my very old OCs that I made a while ago. I don't even remember when, but I think the drawing that I am remaking was from like 2018, roughly. 2018, 2019, somewhere around there, maybe even earlier, but it has remained untouched since then. So I decided now was the time to remake it, redraw it, and see how far I've come. The main reason why I didn't bother redoing these two is because I just never got it right. Like, never. I didn't know how to make them look better. I didn't know if I could. And I didn't know how I wanted them to look now, you know? Because I wanted them to look somewhat different to show that, hey, I've changed. My art style is, I don't know, better. So I just randomly got inspired one day and I was like, hold on, let me redraw this. So I did. And I think I did a pretty good job. I think I did okay, at least. So, let me start by introducing them, okay? So the one that I'm currently working on, her name is Petunia. Don't know why I gave her that name. She's red, she's pink, something. No, I was just, no, that fits. That works. It's a flower, I don't know. And then the other girl, I was so clever. You know, like, I had so many ideas. I was so smart with the, like, decision, you know? I had so many names. I named her Blue. Because she's blue. Yeah. But, thankfully, she's not blue in this one. Only her clothes are. But, basically, they are... I don't know what they are. I did post a TikTok of this drawing a while ago, but I didn't really talk about it. But in that video, I said that, like on the last slideshow, I said that they were worse than lovers. And they are. And one of them might be dead. And that's what I'm going to talk about, okay? So, Blue, that's not actually her real name. I've decided. Maybe I should... No, because the lore from back then is the same, pretty much. But I changed the fact that Blue's name isn't actually Blue. Because it's such a stupid name, and like I said, she's not even blue anymore. So, don't know what her real name is, but it's not Blue. She's only named that because that's what Petunia calls her, you know? So, let me explain further. Blue is an assassin for hire, okay? She does whatever as long as the pay is good enough. No matter what it is. Aside from kids and pets, probably. At least kids. But she will kill pretty much anyone, as long as you pay her enough. And I haven't, like, really fleshed out Petunia's backstory yet, but she is Blue's next victim. And Blue's a little twisted, okay? She's a little janky in the head, and she sometimes likes to play around with her prey, you know? Just, like, get close to them, build some trust, and then with a satisfying kill at the end, you know? But this time is different. Ooh, it's getting good now. Because against all odds, this cold-blooded killer falls in love. Whoa! Whoa! And that's where things happen, you know? And like I said, Petunia calls Blue because she's blue. So that's like her nickname. But like I said, I don't really fleshed out Petunia's backstory. I never did back in the day either. But here's the real kicker. You remember how I said one of them might end up dead? Yeah. Someone bribes Blue into doing it anyways, and she has to end the love of her life. But, you know, there are many different universes, and some might be more canon than others. Maybe she's dead, maybe she's not. Maybe the other person ended up dead. I don't know. But at least the main story I made back then is that Petunia does end up dead. And obviously, she's not really human. She's an alien. Duh! But I didn't expand on that. Like, I don't know where she comes from or why she's even a target. But I like to imagine that there's like this dark, cloaked figure coming up to Blue and being like, "Hey, kill this bitch for me, please." And it's like another alien or someone who has like a grudge against her for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe you can help me flesh it out a little bit more, because I don't have the brain capacity to do that. I can only draw. I never write down backstories, okay? It's like stuck in my head. That's the only place I store it. Unfortunately. But it was really fun to like redraw this after so many years. I tried to redraw it at some point, but I didn't like it, so I left it, and now suddenly I managed to do it. It's always so entertaining to look at the final result and see how much an art style has changed. Like see how character designs evolve and things like that. I actually have this finished drawing as my wallpaper because I was low-key obsessed with it, and it almost made me cry to look at. Because on TikTok, I did post a slideshow of it, where the original is first and the second one is after, like the new one. And someone commented saying that it looks like they're older versions. Like, you're so right. It really does, and it's so fun to look at. I will never get tired of looking at redraws from other people too, but especially myself, because you may not know this, but I've been drawing since I was born, since I came out of the womb. I arrived with a sketchbook and a pencil in my hand, okay? And, like, I was ready. So, like, I'm gonna get a little bit sentimental right now, okay? So, if you don't like that, too bad. But when I was younger, I would always feel like I was in competition with the kids around me, like in kindergarten and whatnot, because I was drawing and other people were drawing, and I was like, wait, you draw so much better than me. It's still like that, even in art school when I'm almost 21. It's still competitive, but especially back then, I would be so proud of a piece, and then like the next day I'm like, that's so ugly, other people draw better than me. And oh, this is gonna loop around to so many things, but like now I kind of have an art style that I would only dream of when I was younger, and it's insane to look back on, because I have many of my old drawings still. It would be fun to go through them, but one, I have to dig them out from under my bed in random boxes, and they're dusty and it's just embarrassing. But it would be fun to do on like a live stream or something. No, I don't know how to live stream. But it's just really fun, and like I said, I was gonna get sentimental, so I'm gonna keep rowing that boat and say that it's insane how people now look up to me. And like how people, I don't know, like the stuff I do, and well, being able to do YouTube again is also really insane. The videos are privated, but I did have like drawings of Petunia and Blue on there before, and now they're back a few years later, and I have a bigger audience and people who, I don't know, like me more. It's just crazy. I'm almost at 200 followers on Instagram, which is like the most I've ever had. Crazy. Like, of course this isn't the final destination. Probably in a few years, maybe I'll end up redrawing this again, which would just be so much fun, honestly. Like, I could redraw it right now and it would look different, but I don't know. It's just like, you know, it's insane to see how far I've come. No, but it really is. I always, like, if someone doesn't know what to draw, I'm like, redraw something old. Maybe you'll get your motivation back, you know? Seeing the differences, seeing the evolution of everything. I think something that I really like about this redraw is that I was still able to keep the same expressions as I did back then, but like better, you know? I don't know, I'm not really one for expressions. It's like a smile, a resting bitch face, or just, I don't know. But in this one you can like kind of tell that there's something between them. Who knows what it is? No, but it was really fun to do, and yeah. At least once a year, I feel like someone should redraw something. I should find one that I like redo every year. That would be so fun. I don't really have one. I don't want to do this one because no. But maybe I will find something. Maybe. And we're coming up on 2 years of this channel being like resurrected, being brought back to life, which is also insane. And for the people who stick around and have been watching since then, which are a very select few, I remember you. I remember who you are. But thank you. Genuinely, thank you. I know for most people it's not a lot, but for me it is. Okay? And I'm not just saying that put a lie detector test on me. I'm not saying that. I'm not just spitting out words for the sake of it, okay? But anyways, I'm not gonna drag this on for too long. Because, yeah. But I'm gonna try to be a little more active. Maybe, somehow. But we will see. Anyways, I hope it was somewhat entertaining. Here's the comparison again. I have drawn them more since this drawing, but I didn't record that, so. Yeah, I never know how to end this, so I'm just gonna say bye-bye, and new video coming soon, guys.